Well, a little bit chilly this morning. Started out as only 28 degrees, but can you see that in the background? Ooh, balloons. So we're gonna get started on the Fury. Got it pulled into the shop halfway. We got another little shop there, but if I pulled it in there, I wouldn't be able to work on it at all because it's so tight. But this shop I built myself. Wish I would have built it a little bit deeper. It's only, I think, 22 feet deep. Anyway, got the Fury in just enough so that I can work on both sides. My garage is a little bit full. There's my other project back there, my 69 Bug that I've had for 20 some odd years. Anyway, but let's see. We're gonna pull the front tires off. There I am in the window. And let's start working on the brakes. Blue light. Oh, do I look better? Keeping an eye on me. What are you doing, Lily? Trying to hide in the sun? Or stay warm? It's cold out here, huh? What are you doing? What are you doing? I always forget. Plymouth on one side does left-handed threads and on the other side does right-handed threads. Why'd you do that, Plymouth? What's the deal? Jackson's a user user, much bigger. Want to be safe? Gotta be safe. break out the knowledge book. Look at this beast I got. Ooh. Oh, it wasn't very expensive either, but it's time to get dirty. Time to look some stuff up. All right, after consulting the new owner's manual or shop manual, got to remove the wheel nut and the drum. So it looks like I'll be servicing the bearings at the same time. Could have been part of it is that the part of the pole, so this is what we're replacing today, it may not be functioning properly, but man, I got lucky. That came off really easy. Yep, still got some nice clean grease in there. Somebody's recently serviced it. Brake shoes look like they're in pretty good shape. Won't have to change those out. And the drum is really pretty good. For as old as it is, it looks pretty old. Alright, well, gotta grab a couple of tools, start releasing some springs. bolts off the back. Not much room. Brake line is a 5/8 inch, and the bolts on the back holding the cylinder on is a 3/8 inch. Alright, so what I did is I had to remove the 2 bolts from the back, but before I did that, I loosened up the supply line, the brake supply line. Let's see here. Don't know how well you can see that, but so I wait back in here. Of course, there's a nut there, and but I loosened up the supply line. Didn't take it all the way off because this hose just doesn't want to spin. So now that I got the bolts out, I will remove the supply line. Okay, first one out. Okay, I'm just gonna quickly compare. Looks like I got the right parts, so that's good. Got my crush washer. My sealer will go right there. Get those put on. reuse the connector pieces. I'm going to clean them up a little bit before I reuse them though. Alright, well I got this side on, this down here, and got the retaining springs on. Just wanted to show my janky tool that I'm using to put the springs on with. Alright, there it is. I can see that this little plate right here isn't on properly. Alright, I've decided I'm going to repack the bearings, even though they look like they're fresh. If you've never repacked bearings, pretty simple to do. Just get some grease in your hand and just roll it through. Just keep scooping it until you see it come out the other side. force out the old if you haven't cleaned it and put in the new. Alright, one thing I like to do when I'm putting it back together, I've already got the castle nut on. It's actually like a guard. Put the new carter pin in. But I also like to clean out and fill the dust cap. That, when it warms up, it'll actually, I don't know, theoretically, it'll absorb the grease into the hub. There we go, back on. The only thing that's left to do is bleed the brakes. Well, as I've said before, I got to bleed the brakes. And on this car, it doesn't have the booster on it, so it's super simple. It's just got the container for the oil. The key thing is to make sure that you top off the oil and make sure it doesn't run out while you're doing it. That is a key. My little container right there, my brake assembly, just got to remove that screw right there. It's a 7/16, and then make sure it's topped off, and then I'll start bleeding the brakes. All right, get this removed here. Ooh, man, running on empty. Holy smokes. Well, got it topped off. That giant bottle was provided by the person that I bought it from, so don't know if that tells me something. Bleeding the brakes, you can see that it's come down from the top. That's probably about, that's almost a ½ inch after bleeding the brakes. All right, there we go. Tires back on. Put it back on the ground. Time to take it for a test drive. Well, I wasn't going to do any videos on the passenger side, but that was the problem side in the beginning. So let me show you what I found. And it may be the problem, it may not. It's hard to say. The passenger side, same thing. It's got newer line. The shock looks pretty new. It had new grease on it. But when I took that off, I could turn this with my finger. Yeah. And got a little bit of this. That could have been the whole problem to begin with. So I guess I'll take it apart, check the bearings, and replace the cylinder anyway. May as well. Alright, same thing as the other side. Nothing too exciting, although I do see a little shiny flake in there. Some metal flake from something, I'm not sure what. Don't know where it came from. Bearings look good. Yeah, the inner race looks good. Can't see anything wrong with that. The sill still looks good. No grease to really talk of. The drum looks good, so I'm not sure. Let's wipe this off. Take a look here. Yeah, looks good. I don't see any gouging or anything. The only thing that I'm wondering about is that right there, whether or not it's working. Yeah, don't know. Let's see here. Nope, seems to be working. All right, it's not that. Well, guess I'll just replace what I need to and put it back together. All right, I ran into a little bit of an issue. That little nut right there has already been rounded off, and none of my wrenches will grab onto it well enough. As you can tell, it's really quite tight in there. So I think I've come up with a little bit of a solution. We'll have to see. Here's my tool. I had a few 14 millimeters just lying around, as most people will probably do, and a few 3/8. And it's the 6-point, so I should grab it better because everything else was a 12-point and it kept slipping. So now I'm just going to cut the top of that off and hopefully I can get it in there. I might have to do a little more trimming, but hopefully that'll work. All right, well, I got my wrench made. Let's get it on in there. But that seems to do the trick. Got it loose. Made my little homemade tool, put a little bit of a bend in it. I'll probably weld that cut right there. But yeah, seems to do the trick. There we go, back on. The only thing that's left to do is bleed the brakes. All right, there we go, tires back on. Put it back on the ground. Time to take it for a test drive. I take the Fury out to breakfast this morning. You can see my breath, it's cold. Woo-hoo! Love that. Well, fixing the cylinders on the brakes seemed to work. No left pull. That's always good. All right, well, I took the Fury out for a test drive. Took it on the freeway, got up to 90 miles an hour. Didn't want to film anything, man. It's a little bit of a white knuckler. I don't know, maybe because it's only the first time that I've taken it on the freeway. But it does have a little bit of wandering. It's not terrible. But yeah, it ran really good. Brakes are, you know, they're drum brakes. I think I might need to tighten the right side though. But anyway, I think I'm done with the brake project for now. So I'll catch you next time. If you like, subscribe, I'd really appreciate that. And we'll see you next time. See ya.
That was a big splash.
That was a big splash.
Are you still filming?
Yep.
Me!